the front of the building, so, and then use those facilities.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. Also, anybody attending online, please put your name and agency in the chat so that we can add you on attendance. So if you could do that, it is now 10:04, so we will call the meeting to order. I am Nikki DeLong. I am the chair for the YAB. I'm also the program manager for the Extended Foster Care THP NMD program within Olive Crest. I thought it would be nice for those here in person, if you could please, we're going to go around and introduce ourselves, name, agency. It means that Valentine's Day just passed and it's all about candy at that time of year. We can share what our favorite candy is. So I know I'm famous for the chocolate covered cherries, but actually my favorite candy is a fast break candy bar. Surprise, surprise.
And as I mentioned before, my name is Greg Snow. I'm the program coordinator here at Empower Youth. Pardon me, I have something in my mouth. And I am the vice chair of this YAC group. And thank you again for all showing up today.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Savannah Brown. I am the chair for the YAB, the Youth Action Board. Favorite candy? Favorite candy?
Favorite candy.
I think my favorite candy is Kit Kats, for sure.
I'm sorry.
Hello, my name is Clarice. I am the student advocate intern for the COC. Oh, yes. Sorry. My name is Clarice. I'm the student advocate intern for the COC, and I work alongside Gershom and Mar and Savannah as well.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to try and speak loudly so people can hear me. My name is Mar, or Marielle, and I am the YHTP programs lead with the COC.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Gershom. I'm the homeless youth coordinator for the Riverside County COC, and my favorite candy is Reese's peanut butter cups. Nothing beats that.
Hi, I'm Connie. I'm with RUHS Public Health Family Planning, and my favorite candy bar is the Ferrero Rocher, the little hazelnut. Yes, those.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Ricardo Guerrero. I'm a district representative for the Office Center Sabrina Cervantes, and my favorite candy is Reese's Pieces. I love peanut butter.
Hi, my name is Jen. I'm a case manager with Operation Safe House, and I would say my favorite candy is the Nerds gummies.
Hi, my name is Darwin. I'm with Operation Safe House Street Outreach. My favorite candy will be Starburst.
Good morning. My name is Alex Nunez. I'm from Renewing Hope Family Counseling Center. I'm a care coordinator for the ECM team, and my favorite candy is Three Musketeers. Yeah, they're so fluffy.
Hi, my name is Nicole Dotson, and I'm with Walden Family Services. I am a housing navigator, a program lead for our ILS program, and I'm also a THP Plus social worker as well. And my favorite candy bar, I love C's candy. It's so good. Yeah. Everything.
Oh, me. Good morning, everyone. My name is James Bell. I'm the Community Impact Manager for Innovative Housing Opportunities. And if we're going favorite candy, it's some good ones that came out today, but it's a three-way tie for me. It's going to be Kit Kat, Reese's peanut butter cups, and Twix. So I'd like to just get a little snack size and just get one of each, and then you can just rotate them in. That's how it works for me.
Hi, my name is Terry Stevens, and I'm a part of the Youth Action Board. And yeah, my favorite candy would be a sneaker.
Hi, my name is Tori Stevens, and I'm also part of the Youth Action Board, and my favorite candy is Sour Patches.
I'm Tyler McCray. I'm Tyler McCray. I'm a part of the Youth Action Board. My favorite candy is Kit Kats.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. My name is Teresa Ruiz, and I work with the Public Defender's Office, part of the Spark unit. I'm one of the social workers that is in the Southwest region. And my favorite candy, that is a very hard choice because I really like different candies, but I think I'm going to go with anything chocolate and nuts.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Caroline Quintos. I'm with Oak Grove Center's Thrive Independent Living Program. My role is housing navigator. And probably right now, my favorite candy is the Nerd Gummy Clusters.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for the invitation. My name is Isaias, and I'm here representing California State University, San Bernardino. My favorite candy is Rocky Road, marshmallow candy.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Silvia Amaya. Again, we are from Cal State San Bernardino, the program of Master in Social Work, graduating this year in May. So it's nice to be here. I'm like some other people. I'm very sweet tea or tooth. I like nerds, Jolly Ranch, and also the Milky Way because I like the chocolate with the nuts in there. So.
Hi everyone, my name is Ingrid Flores and also from Cal State San Bernardino with the MPA social work program. And I'm not really into candies. I eat whatever. I eat whatever candy.
Hello, everyone. My name is Catherine. I'm also a student at Cal State San Bernardino in the MSW program. I am currently an intern at Olive Crest with the THP program. I would have to say my favorite candy is Hershey's, and I like to bake them into like brownies or cupcakes for friends and families. Halloween is almost here, too.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you, everybody. So we've got that. So the next item on the agenda, oh, we've already called to order, sorry, is the consent items. We need an approval of the minutes. I do apologize, I was gone last month, but had some competing obligations. So we unfortunately did not get an approval for the November minutes for the YAC. It's very simple. All I need to do is somebody to say, I approve the November minutes, somebody to say, I second, and then we're good. So can I get anybody online or in person to potentially approve those minutes? Oh, okay, Savannah approved, and you second. Okay, is anybody in discernment? What's that? Oh, okay. So Savannah in, okay. And then we need to approve last month's minutes, the November minutes. Would anybody like to make that motion to approve the minutes? It's easy. It's really easy. Okay, you'll approve? And then were you seconding? Okay. Okay, thank you. Painless. I love it. You're good. You're good. So, thank you guys. I do appreciate you guys helping us get that part going. Now, we are going to have a section at the end of the meeting for announcements, but also we have this moment for public comments. Did anybody submit anything online, Mark or Gershom, for public comments? No? Okay. Is there anybody that's needing to do some public comments at this time? Okay. Oh, anyone online? Okay, I don't see anything. Okay, thank you guys. Oh. So then we're going to jump to old business. For those who are kind of newer, we're going to be talking about the YHDP, the Youth Homelessness Demonstration Program updates. So YHDP, when you hear that, that is what that means. That is that $7.4 million grant we got to address youth homelessness. So Mark's going to update us on that. Is that you, Gershom?
I know we have some of you online. So just a general background, YHDP is federal funding through HUD, and Riverside County was awarded $7.4 million in September 2023. And this is phase, so we developed a coordinated community plan. It's posted on my website. We'll have it up in the Google Drive for this meeting, so that you can read more about our plan and what we want to do with the white dollars. And the past few months, we've been in the implementation phase. So we awarded 8 ADP, technically 7 agencies. 5 of them provide housing projects, and then 2 are adoption centers to provide supportive services. Any questions? Okay. So at the moment, we are currently in the contract negotiating phase. Our start date is set for April 1st. And that leads into my next update. There have been some setbacks due to the current political environment. So with HUD making cuts, which has delayed the process a bit, but we are still pushing through the remaining occupancy so that we can continue with having our projects up and running by April 1st. The next update that I have is for the IHP mixer. I think we have some of our partners and then we'll you all are aware we will be having a YHDP mixer for all the substitutes on March 18th. And this will be an opportunity for them to learn about the system that they're becoming a part of, as well as the YAB, we invited our youth action group members to attend so that they have direct access to the youth who informed institutes. And then just to add, due to the fact that we also lost our youth TA who are considered in our YAB, but we've come to a point where our YAB is very strong. When we first started, we had 2 to 3 consistent members, and I can see that we're going to have 14 active members, and I think 18 in total, including active members.
Are you guys still accepting applications?
Yes, yes, at this moment we are.
So if you have any youth who are between who are interested in policy work,
I have a question in terms of the sub-recipients. I know Walden Family Services is here with us today. Do you have at your fingertips the other 7? Just wanted to mention it out to them, just as who they are, because they are the ones that are going to be charged with dispersing the services as well as the funds.
Absolutely. So we have our joint transitional housing and rapid housing projects, and that's through Path of Life Ministries and Moreno Valley College. And then we have transitional housing projects, and that'll be through services and Martha's Village and Kitchen. Then for permanent supportive housing, we have Zai. I just wanted it was Zai, not Kyle. For short, they also go by SPX. And then for our supportive services only projects, we have 2 agencies doing drop-in centers, and that's going to be Silence Aloud and Transgender Health and Wellness Center. Thank you for your question. Any other questions? Yeah.
What time is the YHDP mixer on March 18th?
So March 18th will be from
9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Okay, and then also for the HUD cuts, for the TA that was lost, is that current? Can you?
However, we still have our primary negotiators. Some of you may remember it's Aaron Rutherford and Liaison Warren. They're still with us and supporting us with the remaining projects, and they'll also help with
So the YAB's TA, Isaiah? Got it. Thank you.
Alrighty, if not, I'll pass back to you.
Okay, thank you. So now the next item is moving on to, it's not working, new business. We're going to be talking about our in-person hybrid and hybrids meetings. So we're going to try to do those quarterly. We kind of want to have a discussion to see, like in May 29th would be the next one, what you guys are thinking about location. If people are, you know, if we can decide on a general location, then we'll kind of look for people who'd be willing to host. Did you guys have like a voting Google thing? Open discussion. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, okay. And I know Olive Crest is always willing to host. We've got a spot in Riverside I can put us at. And then we have our Child and Family Resource Center out in Palm Desert. Is there anybody else who's kind of like has an area they'd be willing to throw out? And online too. If you'd be willing to host, please be able to type in.
One of the suggestions that have come up is the bridge wellness center. But they're looking to get rid of all this. It's a little bit more risk, but if anyone knows of any spaces like the City Wellness Center where they can host hybrid meetings for YAB.
Banning Beaumont would be great, wouldn't it?
Banning in Beaumont, if you don't I know where folks know like colleges that have that training process, that'd be awesome.
We are also at the K Center, but I don't want to just throw them out there because I don't have authority for that. But I mean, I don't mind asking to see if that.
Yeah, if you want to ask, that would be
Yeah.
great. And you can reach out to myself, Mark, or Gershom, and
Okay, yeah, I can ask.
yeah. So. And don't feel like you have to go all out to do like a hosting. We'll be willing to kind of like come in and provide a lot of the snacks. I mean, if you guys want to, great, but I know Greg does this. I did it at Olive Crest. I think you guys always help out too. So we'll try to make it very easy for you.
Of course, I'm new here and to these kind of meetings too. But by any chance, have anybody explored the possibility to have this kind of meetings at Riverside College or San Bernardino, for instance, just for the program of social work? I don't know if they have anything available.
We're Riverside County
Okay.
Continuum of Care, so we try
So,
to keep them in Riverside.
in
County.
Riverside, so.
And yeah, I'm sure Mr. Jeremy would probably let us use RCC, but we're trying to see if we can do something in the middle to help. Because I come from Palm Desert, and you know, there's quite a few different directions. Blythe.
Corona to Blythe, so all the way down to Arizona. So we try to keep it a little more central.
They love me. So yes, please feel free to reach out if you want to check into that. If you have ideas, epiphanies later, we're welcome to that. So the next thing. Yes.
As a comment, I used to attend a lot of meetings out in Banning at the RUHS's facility there on Ramsey in a collaborative activity, trying to think of the name, Teens and Those Who Care. It was a program that was launched by RUHS, social workers, behavioral health professionals, even medical RNs, a lot about sexual health, a lot about, human trafficking, teen trafficking, that kind of stuff. They have a facility there in Banning that might be able to be used, as well as the Albert Chichigny Center in Beaumont. And I can reach out to them if we're looking about something in the Pass area for that. So I just wanted to share that. Again, I can reach out to them.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we're not asking for 100% commitment, but just throwing out ideas. So, and this isn't working. Okay, so the next thing we have is a presentation from RUHS. It is Cancer Awareness Month, I believe, correct? So we're going to have a presentation.
All right, good morning, everybody. I'm Connie. I'm the program coordinator with Family Planning, and we provide a lot of services out there for not just the community, but we are really focused on our teens and youth, young adults from 12 to 26 years old. We do a lot of teen clinics, a lot of advocacy, a lot of outreach to our, we've worked a lot with, we've worked with TAY, we've worked with Operation Safe House, and we're work with all of us every month. And so we are really trying to just get our information out there. And it was asked for us to do a cancer prevention awareness for our youth. But we're focusing on a couple of different things, and then we'll go through the presentation. If you guys have any questions as I'm going through it, please feel free to ask. Thank you. Cervical cancer, because of the fact that cervical cancer awareness, we want to highlight this. Cervical cancer for women is one of the growing parts of cancer that is growing, unfortunately, in the United States. So cancer starts with the growth of cells in the cervix, the lower portion of the vaginal canal. So usually that's why one of the main things of why cervical cancer is so difficult to diagnose is because of the fact that women, all of our reproductive organs are on the inside, and we don't know that we have cervical cancer until it reaches stage 3 or stage 4, because our main sign of cervical cancer is bleeding. So, and that's usually when the cells have really overgrown in that area, and so that's why it's really hard for us to know. That's why pap smears are really important, and we'll talk about that. So there are several strains that contribute to cervical cancer, but most of them are caused by HPV. Commonly passed through sex with partners, also having intercourse before the age of 18, and having many sexual partners puts you at a greater risk. So a lot of our youth that are not protecting themselves, or maybe that haven't gotten our HPV vaccinations, can really create a higher risk of HPV, which can lead to cervical cancer and other cancers as well. Prevention activities include regular screening for women, annually or biannually pap tests. So I say annual or biannual because it just depends. If you have gone for a pap smear, so a pap smear usually starts around age 21, and you usually have it every year, as long as you are normal and everything comes back clear. If you have a abnormal pap test, then they schedule it every year until you are normal again, and then you'll start on that process again. So it really just depends on, every woman is really different, so it just depends on you and your discussions with your provider. Also getting the HPV vaccine between the ages of 9 to 45. They're either a 3 or 2 dose series depending on when it's initiated. So we have heard when we went to our Essential Access meeting last year, they're one of our grant funders, they have stated that if youth get their HPV vaccines before before young ladies hit their menstrual cycles, there is a less than 1% chance that they will get any kind of cervical cancer. So it's a really great statistic out there, and I think it's really great for our young kids to get vaccinated. But I also worked for Chalk Children's Hospital and with our youth and adolescents and oncology and hematology before I became a nurse, and I did see what HPV can do to our youth as well. So it's really, really important to get vaccinated. It protects us against a lot of different things. Warning signs to look for. The challenges, again, like I stated, is that we always don't see or feel any symptoms until they're later in stages. So like pap smears are really important. So usually it's what are your bloody stools, vaginal bleeding, that's not associated with the menstrual cycle. And usually when we talk to our middle school and high school students, I literally put that as like a disclaimer all the time, especially speaking to the ladies. Anytime you have bleeding that's not related to your menstrual cycle, go get checked because it could be something that you just don't know what it could be. Pain during sex, pain during urination, fatigue, unexplained weight loss, and pelvic pain. You'll feel pelvic pain around the areas of like your ovaries on each side or your fallopian tubes around those areas, okay? Cervical cancer diagnosis for women can happen between the ages of 35 to 45, but it can take 3 to 7 years for abnormal cells to change and become cancer. So as you can see, the growth is very slowly, but it does happen, okay? So it is possible to be diagnosed with cervical cancer before the age of 35. Everything that is unfortunate nowadays is always getting younger and younger with our diagnoses. So it's super important to get those screenings done. So this is just to show you the cells from the beginning of the top of the cervix. So that area right there is the top of the vaginal canal and the cervix area. And that's inside of our reproductive organs. Next, we're going to talk about males in cancer. So for males, testicular cancer is the most prevalent, usually between the ages of 20 to 35. That's really young, okay? And so we really want males just as much as we, as women, need to do our annual breast exams. You know, our breast exams that we're supposed to do every month, right? We're supposed to do a breast check every month, never around our menstrual cycle. It is important for males to do the same thing, especially up to age 35. These factors that can place someone at a higher risk, including undetected testicles or a family history. Frequent self-exams are important for catching any abnormal lumps or bumps that can be located by your primary doctor. We want to make sure that you check for lumps or bumps. Best to check in the shower or when you get out of the shower where the scrotum is more relaxed. And then you can test each testicle by gently rolling between the thumb and fingers to feel for anything that is unusual. Okay, and just like women, it's the same thing, lumps or bumps. We always want to make sure. That's why it's important for us to get to know our bodies. We know that sometimes we don't want to get to know our bodies, so we don't like to look at it. We have our own insecurities. It's super important to check what our bodies are, and any lumps or abnormalities, we need to go get them checked, okay? Testing for any unidentified abnormalities can be done with labs or biopsies to check for tumor markers or cell. So these are some risk factors for men. Undistended testicles, which usually happens around birth. So if that happens, it can be a risk factor for them. Family history from father or brother can increase the risk, but there are men out there who've been diagnosed with no family history as well. HIV infection, those with AIDS can have an increased risk. Carcinoma in situ often can cause cancer, but is usually found in men who may have fertility issues, and those issues are usually found during biopsy. Age, unfortunately, the younger you are, the more prevalent you are and more high risk. And then our race and ethnicity, white, American Indian, and Alaskan Natives are always at higher risk, which I found very interesting. Yeah.
Sorry, before we flip.
Yeah.
The HIV infection. The HIV infection, AIDS, does that change the risk factor if they are on the medication and are testing 0?
It does not. No, it does. Well, the reason why is because it's all related to the immune system. So if your immune system is low, maybe if you're not taking your medication or if you're still having a high risk lifestyle, then that can increase your risk for HPV or for any other cancers and things like that.
Okay. Okay.
But it's just due to your immune system. These are some statistics on cervical cancer. Globally, cervical cancer is the 4th common cancer in women, around 666,000 new cases, and deaths, and 350,000 deaths within the United States. We have about 11,500 new cases of cervical cancer diagnosed each year, and over 4,000 women die from cancer as well. Okay. The estimate is a 5-year relative survival rate for cervical cancer. It's unfortunate, and again, it's just because why their statistics are so high is again because we're not being able to be diagnosed until we're in stage 3 or stage 4, where we all know that any type of cancer within stage 3 or stage 4 is always tougher to treat. and have success as well. So for men for testicular cancer, the chance of developing testicular cancer is about 1 in 270 in the United States. The current rate is pretty good, but approximately 93,000 new cases of testicular cancer are diagnosed each year. 5-year survival rate for testicular cancer, and about 500 deaths from testicular cancer occur annually in the United States. So one of the main causes that we talked about earlier with cancer in general, but for men, it's very common for them to get HPV. So HPV is one of their most common STDs, STIs, occurring in about the first 10 years of being sexually active. More than 8 out of 10 people will have HPV in the United States. And a lot of times, the reason why HPV is so difficult is because the men do not show any signs and symptoms of HPV. So they could have gotten it as a young adult in their teens, gotten married and everything like that, and then all of a sudden it comes to fruition. So it's one of those interesting things where it has happened. I've had friends and in my circle that this very thing has happened. Their husbands or spouses have gotten it when they were younger, and then all of a sudden it comes to fruition as they get older. Okay. So genital warts is one of the most common for men, and this is what the warts look like. They look like little cauliflower things. They're not painful, okay? But they have, if you want them removed, they can be removed with like topical treatments or frozen off with like the nitrous. And then they're not painful again. Symptoms or infections can go untreated. And again, if they go untreated, they just get bigger and more kind of prevalent and go into different areas of the genital area as well. We really make sure that we want people to get tested. For men, it is more difficult of a test. Not difficult, I should say, it's just different. Whereas women, we can do that pap test every year, or if you are younger and the physician notices any signs or symptoms of HPV that you're stating, they may do their pap smear a little bit earlier. But for men, it's an anal exam or a dental oral exam that's done for our high-risk patients. Having multiple sex partners for men can increase, or men who engage in anal sex as well. We also want to keep in mind HPV can lie dormant in the body, like I stated earlier. So if your partner is positive, it doesn't mean that the infection recently happened, like I stated, because it can just go to sleep. So we do recommend, I know you guys have seen probably the commercials and things like that for Gardasil is one of the vaccinations that we do, again, from the ages of 9 to 45 years of age. And it's a 3 or 2 dose series, depending on when you started. Yes. Yes, it's for men, women, and kids. Yeah. These are just some facts between men and girls and boys in regards to HPV. HPV can cause more mouth and throat cancers than smoking. HPV vaccine is safe and can prevent over 90% of all HPV cancers. 9 to 12 years old is when we initially want to start those vaccinations, but even if you haven't gotten it, you can still get it up to age 45, okay? And we want to make sure that we get as many people vaccinated for those very reasons to try to prevent these things from happening. Okay? So HPV in youth. Oh, can you play a video? It's like 3 minutes. Is that okay?
Vaccines are a scientifically proven way to prevent you or your child from contracting preventable infections. One vaccine your healthcare provider may recommend prevents the human papillomavirus, better known as HPV. HPV affects both males and females. It is one of the most common viral infections in the United States, with 14 million new infections occurring every year. About 19,000 teens and young adults contract the virus each day. Most don't even realize they are infected because they don't feel sick. Those who become infected usually do not show any obvious signs or symptoms of a virus. As a result, they may pass the virus to others without even knowing it. Most HPV infections clear by themselves. However, sometimes the infection can stay in your body and cause cancer. There is no treatment for HPV. The best way to prevent the cancers caused by HPV is vaccination. To maximize its effectiveness, we recommend getting your vaccination between the ages of 11 and 12. Although it is uncommon to be exposed to the virus at this age, the potential for infection steadily increases during puberty and beyond due to an increased likelihood of engaging in intimate relationships. Studies have not shown any connection between the vaccine and an increase in sexual activity. The vaccine simply prevents an HPV infection when this activity may naturally occur. If you or your child have not been vaccinated, that's okay. There is still an opportunity to do so up to age 26 for girls and 21 for boys. However, to protect you from cancers associated with HPV, it's best to get the vaccine as soon as your healthcare provider recommends it. The HPV vaccine has been through lots of safety testing and is not associated with any serious safety concerns. The vaccine will not cause HPV, cancer, or infertility. A common side effect you or your child may experience is temporary pain or mild discomfort near the area where the shot was given. The vaccine usually requires a series of shots given over a period of 6 months. It works by causing the body's immune system to produce antibodies, or defenders, to HPV viruses. Those antibodies protect against future infections from HPV. The HPV vaccine is an important step in protecting yourself or your child from developing more serious conditions. For cancer survivors, it is especially important to be vaccinated in order to prevent another type of cancer from occurring. If you have any other questions or concerns about HPV and the vaccine, don't be afraid to ask your healthcare provider.
So that was just a little video just to kind of explain a little bit. I liked how it talked about all the HPV vaccines and their benefits. It did say about 26. That is before the CDC came back and said that we can actually get it until age 45. Okay. So what happens if I get HPV? So the area of the body infected with the virus stays normal, where you might have it, but you may still able to get the infection to other people, again, because it grows latent. You can get bumps in the genital areas called genital warts. These warts almost never lead to cancer, but they can go away but come back, okay? So a lot of times, even if you get those warts removed, they can still come back again as well, okay? Most people don't know, like it stated before, that they don't have any symptoms, but you can still infect your partners with HPV, even if you don't have any signs or symptoms. So what can we do to protect yourself and your partner? Use a condom every time you have vaginal, anal, or oral sex. Condoms aren't 100% effective at preventing HPV, like it's not 100% effective as, for any other STDs or STIs. But because the virus can live in our bodies that aren't covered by condoms, it lowers your chances of getting it. Okay? So how do we protect our homeless or unsheltered youth with these STDs and STIs? We want to provide them with street-based resources to help reduce the risk. Mobile units or after-hours clinics to serve throughout the community. Also giving them the knowledge and the tools in regards to signs or symptoms that they can watch out for STDs and STIs is super important. And then studies have shown an increase in youth violence among our homeless youth, especially with the transmission of HIVs and STDs. So one thing that we love to talk about is our FAMPAC program. This is what's provided through our RUHS teen clinics. So our FAMPAC program is provided through the state of California. It is not an insurance, it's a completely free program that provides reproductive health benefits for not just teens and young adults, but also men and women of any age as well. Okay. And we are able to provide in our clinics condoms, emergency contraception, birth control, pregnancy testing and treatment for sexually transmitted diseases. Okay. But again, like I stated, we provide so many things under the sun as well, but this also covers pap smears, mammograms, testicular prevention, screenings. It also provides for men and women who are done having children. It also helps them with tubal ligations and vasectomies as well. Yeah, go ahead.
So for this family pack, so this is you said you mentioned it was a program.
It's a program.
And is this something that like must be requested from like a partner? Or is this something that it's like ongoing, like it's an ongoing?
It's an ongoing program that we've had for quite a long time, FamPack. I actually hear parents who have said that their kids go to our clinic and they actually have gotten the green cards. So it's been around for a really long time. We're really grateful for it. You can apply for it once you come in. It's provided to any of our teens, or even if people have insurance, and let's say their out-of-pocket expenses are high for certain birth controls and vasectomies or tubal ligations, as long as they come in to apply for FamPack and place that they want confidential services, it is covered through our FamPack program. So we really just try to provide these services as best we can. And again, it's all free and confidential.
And who would we reach out to for this?
At our teen clinics. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I'll have a QR code as well, and I have some flyers as well that I can give you guys as well on
Perfect. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So we have about 12 locations around Riverside and the desert areas. But one of our main things that we really get excited about is oh yeah, I had a question. Our teens clinics, we are providing the services for 12 to 26 years old.
Do they have to have a parent or guardian?
No, they do not.
Okay.
They can come in solo. It does not matter. They don't have to have parent or guardian, aunt or uncle, anybody with them. It doesn't, they don't have an age limit on it. Mm-hmm. It's also like, most of the time, if they're younger than a certain age, I believe the provider will make sure and ensure that's something that they would like to do. But for the most of the time, I think the youngest we've had in our clinic taking our class, because we teach the vasectomy as well, is I think like 33, 32, but he already had like a couple of kids as well.
So the next question, so your clinic also provide like a social services, like if a teen wants to go for vasectomy, they are being seen prior mental health specialist or social worker.
If they're younger of a certain age, yeah, we will talk to them about all of that comes in regards to that. But for the most part, I've never had in the almost 3 years that I've been with Teen Clinic and Public Health, I haven't had any youth come in to state that. Like I said, the youngest was around like 33, 32. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but he was already done having kids. So, yay for him. So, but one of the great things too is we understand that with our youth, it's difficult because our teen clinics are between the hours of 1 to 4 at our different locations. But we understand with teens, it's really difficult for them to be able to get to our clinics at those times. So we have what are called express cares, which is like an urgent care. And they are also in about 6 different locations throughout Riverside County that provide the same services. So they can do everything a teen clinic does. The only thing they can't do is a Nexplanon or an IUD because those are considered procedures, but they can do everything else as far as like STD check, birth control, emergency contraception, condoms, education, anything like that that the teens need. And the great thing about it is Monday through Friday, they're open from 11 to 8. And on the weekends, they're open from 8 to 5. So it's really great. It's a great way to be able to get all of your things taken care of if you're not able to get there between 1 and 4. And we just want to always state that because it's super important. The county has opened up all these express cares and they're all in our normal clinics. So it's not like they're in different locations. They're in our main clinics that we have as well. We wanted to provide some resources out there for you guys as well. We have this training, it's called Prevention Intervention Education through the County of Riverside that provides trainings as like safe talk on how to talk to youth and be able to be like a youth advocate. We have, I think they have trainings on suicide preventions. There's a lot of different trainings on there and they're all free. Okay, so you can go on there and take these classes and get all this information and knowledge to be able to just be more of a resource for the teams that you guys reach out there as well. And then Essential Access is one of our grant funders, and they provide a lot of free education courses as well on their website that you can get and you can apply for and take. Things on like education in regards to pregnancy, education on birth control, anything under the sun about reproductive health, which is really great. And we've taken a lot of them. And then we also, through the county, we are also family planning health worker certified. And we take that certification through Essential Access every 4 years. So we pay for that one, but all the other services there's a lot of things that are education-wise that are completely free, where you can get more information and more knowledge as well.
On the training, PIU trainings, for instance, is that something that they have to go into the clinic to be part of, or they could be like in my computer lab? Do you come to the center, they can do online and?
Yeah, some of the trainings are virtual. Some of them are in person, and it is off of Ruston, I believe, for the classes. But it's still within like central Riverside, which is really great. It's not super far. Yeah. But the ones for Essential Access, those are all virtual. If you want to scan the QR code, you totally can. It just gives you all our information. It takes you to our website, and it provides all those services and lets you know all the information in regards to Teen Clinic. And then I also have some flyers that I can hand out to you guys as well that you can keep as a resource for your communities, and feel free to make copies of them or anything like that. We really are striving to hit our youth. We're doing a lot of outreach for our teams, for Teen Clinic, so we can get more teams knowing about us. So we are reaching out to our middle schools and high schools that surround our clinics and doing outreach to them and reaching their nurses and things like that, so that, because nurses are the ones that hear all of the information in regards to kiddos coming in that are pregnant or that want condoms and things like that, and some of the districts don't provide them. They send them to us so that we can give them that resource for them. Any other questions?
So I did have another question. So just going back to, I know you mentioned that you guys have mobile units. I have seen them like a couple months ago at the longest night. And forgive me for my ignorance, but is there one specifically for like teens, or is this just like your general like mobile unit?
It's a general mobile unit.
Okay.
It's an immunization mobile unit. So a lot of them do have at times the HPV vaccine as well.
Got it.
And then they do have resources for family planning. They are provided with like condoms and flyers and things like that, pamphlets and brochures. So if they ever have a teen come up that wants these services, they can hand those out to them. We are doing our best to, we did have our mobile unit clinic, but unfortunately we lost some funding for that. So we weren't able to do that. But the goal when I was working with her was for us to go out with them to the teen areas and things like that. But we're hoping, crossing fingers, that that's able to come back.
Yeah, so that was gonna be like my second question too, like based on your experience, what have been some like aside from like funding, what have been some other like barriers like for like youth accessing like these type of services, and how can like we as a community like mitigate them, like those?
So I think our biggest challenge is just for us to have the manpower to be able to do that. I know that we worked before with the with SARB, along SARB, and we would go down into the river bottoms and we would hand out a lot of condoms and education and things like that to our unsheltered population down there. And we did encounter quite a few youths during that time that we would give information to, and there were other people there to try to get them housed and whatnot. But I think that is the hardest thing right now, is just having the manpower to go out to those and do those locations. We were excited this year because we were able to participate in the pit count. And it really opened my team's eyes. My whole team was able to go, and we all participated, and it really changed our outlook on a lot of things. And we were able to come back and bring that back to the branch and talk to the branch on what we need to do more of. And so we're, hopefully as things go on, we're hoping politically that we're still able to continue what we're doing. But, I know a lot of us are all kind of on that anxiety route with all those things happening. But we are hoping that we continue to get funding to continue to do what we do, because there's so much more that we want to do, but it's just providing that next step to be able to do it. But trust me, if anybody tells me, hey, can we have you here? I'm there. I'm all about it. Like, I love it when people reach out to us in the community and really request us, because that's what we're love. Our passion is all about helping out. And so, you know, that's why I became part of the COC this year, because we really wanted to make more of an impact. So yeah. All right. Any other questions? Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you. Thank you.
We have a question on the chat. Connie, it's asked from Denise Mosqueda, and she's asking, can you share your direct contact info in the chat? Yeah. Okay.
Can
Feel free. Feel free to type it in.
Can we email the flyer out to everybody online as
Yes.
well?
Yeah. We will be adding the flyer to our Google Drive, which is linked on our calendar invite. But we can always just reshare the link if needed. So we can also drop that in the chat as well. So thank you guys.
Okay, thank you, Connie. That was great. And yeah, they have partnered with Olive Crest coming out to our events. So if you do need something, please reach out. They do an amazing job. So standing items, the ongoing items we talk about each month. The next item is our agency bed availability. So at this time, any of the organizations that do have bed availability for TAPE population, we ask that they share. I currently have one vacancy, one male vacancy in Riverside, 2 males in Moreno Valley, 1 female in Moreno Valley. Did you want to share for Walden, or I saw Patrick was online? Okay. Patrick, would you be willing to unmute yourself and share any bed availability for your THP and your THP plus? I might have caught him off guard. Sorry. So at this
Sorry, I
time.
was trying to unmute. Yeah, you did catch me off guard. I was trying to open my roster. So we currently have 5 male openings in Riverside, and we have 5 female openings in Riverside as well. And that's for our THP. And then for our THP plus, we currently have 5 openings, and that's either male or female, and that's in San Bernardino County only.
Hey, Patrick with Walden Family Services. I'm sorry. I knew who he was. I just kind of ran with it. So, so is there anybody else that has? Okay,
Oak Grove Sanctuary, Palm Springs has 3 beds available, male or female.
great. If you can't unmute yourself, I'm trying to monitor the laptop. Gersham's trying to monitor it too. Does anybody else have bed availability? Michelle, were you on? Okay. Okay, sounds good. And then as far as the THP NMD programs, the youth who qualify for the extended foster care, if you ever need that list of the programs, please reach out to me. We've created a Google Doc that all the programs can keep their bed availability updated by themselves in real time. So they manage their own lines. And so if you need a copy of that to try to help find placements, reach out to me and we will get that a link sent to you. So the next thing on the list is Savannah with the YAB updates.
Thank you, Nikki. Good morning, everyone. 1 second, sorry. Can you help me? Let me just put it on my necklace. Okay, last month I had probably the biggest brain fart of the century. So I'll do better this time. So today, first off, I want to announce that I am now an employee at the Bridge Wellness Center with Silence Aloud. My position is peer support specialist and housing navigator. So I will step into that position once the YHDP grant contract finalizes and everything gets up and running in hopefully by April 1st. So that's the goal. I am the chair of the Youth Action Board as well. Some of my duties include facilitating meetings, preparing YAB slides, attending meetings on behalf of YAB, and just bringing back critical information for my fellow YAB members, and as well as supporting my fellow YAB members. Today we have the COC is providing, well, COC and YHDP is providing the supportive services training. So this is for the drop-in centers, the supportive services through YHDP. So that's Silence Aloud, the Bridge Wellness Center, and transgender health and wellness. So that's today at 1 p.m., 1 to 3. Also happening today is the Youth Action Board is going to be receiving tax preparation training. So, well, I guess not really training, it's just tax preparation. So we are going to be informed about how to do our taxes and the different forms, 1099 forms, and all of that stuff. So it's going to be a good meeting today. The Youth Action Board is working with COC staff to explore ideas to continue youth collaboration and training. So if any youth service providers are interested in any collaboration training, go ahead and contact Gershom or Mar. We would greatly appreciate any collaboration and trainings for our YAB. We're always looking for more trainings, more information. So that'd be great. The Youth Action Board is also developing a work plan to allow for more hands-on work. The work plan will include policy review and YHGP YAB budgeting. And I think that's about it. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. So the next item is with Lucy running through the Youth Coordinated Entry System, the CES. So we'll get updates on that if you're ready, Lucy.
Yes, let me share my screen. Okay, so can everyone hear me and see my screen?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so I'm doing the YAC CS lead update for the month of January. So last month we had 39 youth on the queue, 12 of which were connected to opportunities awaiting outcomes. 12 of the 39 were rapid rehousing scoring and 27 were PSH scoring. So that's all I have. And again, just to reiterate, it is for the month of January.
Okay, that was quick. Thank you, Lucy. So
No problem.
And then next is the YAC member spotlight. Each month we spotlight a community partner, individual that is doing exceptional work throughout the communities that they serve. So this month we would like to spotlight the Safe Family Justice Center. Whoop. I was going to ask how to pronounce that. Okay. So, oh, great. So this is the time. Was she going to present? Okay.
Hi, Aiko, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay, feel free to share your screen whenever you're ready, and I'll get us hooked up here in person.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Okay. Can everybody see my presentation?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so this month for February is Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. So I'm gonna just talk a little bit about that with you guys today. But I first want to share a little bit about the agency I am with. I am with the Safe Family Justice Centers. Again, my name is Aiko Nicole Holdaway. I am a supervising family specialist here, specifically at our Temecula office. And I also do coordinate our Riverside County PAL, which is our Police Activities League youth programs. We are a nonprofit in the county of Riverside that does offer free and confidential services. We specifically work with victims of crime. We focus on domestic violence, human trafficking, sexual assault, child abuse, and elder abuse, and then also working with at-risk youth as well. And we also can work with youth and families who may not have a victimization as well, just providing them that support and resources that they might need. So some of the things that we do here is assisting people who may need domestic violence restraining orders, getting them connected with who they need to get connected if they have a criminal case going on. We are an enrolling agency for something called Safe at Home, which offers address confidentiality. We can assist them filling out CalVCB, which is a California Victim Compensation Board. Well, someone says they can't see my screen.
Online people.
Let me try to reshare.
There we go. I see it. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. I'm more of a Zoom person, so sometimes I'm like, I don't know if it's going, but okay, awesome. So we can assist with different things like that. California Victim Compensation Board, that is a crime reimbursement program, so that could potentially assist with somebody's home security, if they need mental health treatment, that insurance isn't paying for, if they have any medical expenses, if they need to relocate for their safety or their mental well-being. We can assist them with applying for that, and then just assisting them with like basic needs. We do work with a lot of different partners in the community as well. So if it's not a service that we have, we do work with partners in-house, such as DVAP, which offers protection for domestic violence victims. We've had REACH in our building. We've had law enforcement in our building. We've had APS and CPS in our building. Go ahead.
Aiko, I just wanted to check and verify. Was this supposed to be still be on the same slide?
Yes.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Okay. yeah, so just being able to provide any resources and support we can. If we're not able to provide that direct service that someone might be needing, we're gonna at least try to get them connected with one of our community partners, whether they're in house or that we can give a warm handoff to as well. So we do safety planning. So it's really a variety of different things, just depending on the needs of the person. Just providing those resources support. And we work with all ages as well. So we work with youth, we work with adults, we work with elders. So we're very flexible in what we do. So I always encourage people to reach out just to see what their needs are and then see how we could assist them. And then again, we are home to the Riverside County PAL, the Police Activities League. So that is a nationwide mentorship program. So we're just one chapter of many chapters, but that offers youth programming for ages 5 to 17. So they are able to have weekly groups where they get to be connected with peers. They learn about different topics, like our younger kids will learn about bullying and kindness and friendship. And then while our teens maybe learning more about like human trafficking and teen dating violence and different leadership skills and character skills, but they get to do fun activities. We do have law enforcement that all acts as mentors as well in the group, so they kind of get that positive adult role models in the group as well. And they get special opportunities that we do family engagement activities or events throughout the year. We do leadership like conferences. We've taken the youth out to Sacramento, to Washington, D.C., to local colleges where they get to stay for the week for a youth conference. So there's different opportunities there that we have for all of them. And then, like I mentioned, I am talking about Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month today. So I just want to share a little bit about what teen dating violence is. And that is a pattern of controlling or abusive behavior in any romantic relationship. And then these are just some of the types of abuse that we might see. So a lot of times people automatically think physical. That's kind of where a lot of people's minds go to. But we have to be aware that there are different types of abuse as well. So we have physical, so any intentional unwanted contact. We have emotional verbal, which could be more like threats, insults, intimidation, sexual abuse, so any behaviors that pressures or coerces someone to do something sexually that they don't want to. Financial, you don't see this too much with teen dating violence, but so it operates a little more subtle ways. But it can be just as harmful. It could be, preventing them from getting a job, taking their money away. Digital abuse, so using technologies like texting and social media to harass, stalk, intimidate a partner, and that's often kind of like verbal emotional abuse conducted online. And then there's also stalking, when someone watches, follows, or harasses you repeatedly, making you feel afraid or unsafe. And then again, teen dating violence is about abusive behavior. So we did talk about the types of abuse and then also about power and control. So you might have seen this kind of wheel format in other topics as well. They use this wheel to kind of show different categories, but this is a power and control wheel that's adapted for teen relationships. So you could kind of see there's isolation and exclusion, intimidation and threats, peer and social pressure, degrading and humiliation, sexual coercion, denying, blaming, minimizing. So this is kind of what an unhealthy, an abusive relationship may look like. And I did include this and also an equality wheel, which I'll show here in your guys' handouts for your Google Drive too. So you guys can look at those over and then, share that to any youth that you may be working with. And then it's always important to, while we're focusing on what unhealthy and abusive relationships look like, also being able to identify what a healthy relationship looks like. So there is also the teen equality wheel and what we are looking for in a relationship. So this kind of shows a little bit about fairness, respect, non-threatening behavior, accountability and honesty, shared responsibility, trust, and support. And then I just have a few statistics as well. So 1 in 12 teens face physical, sexual, emotional, or verbal abuse from a dating partner. Nearly half of all teens report experiencing some form of stalking or harassment. 1 in 3 teens experience cyber dating abuse, while nearly 1 in 4 perpetrates it. 1.5 million teens in the US say they have experienced abusive behavior in a relationship, and then only 9% of teen victims report the abuse and seek help after experiencing dating violence. And then it's important to know that the consequences of teen dating violence, many victims of teen dating violence will experience abuse in their adult relationships as well. And that could be for a variety of reasons. They've just never learned what a healthy relationship looks like. They've never been able to get the resources that they may be needing. Victims of teen dating violence are also at a higher risk for substance abuse, eating disorders, risky sexual behaviors, and suicide. And then 1 in 3 homicides in girls aged 11 to 18 are committed by an intimate partner. And then I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about technology and digital abuse as well. So I think it's really important that, especially with our teens that are minors, sometimes they feel like they're comfortable or they trust their partner or they love them. And then they might share, like a nude photo or something inappropriate. And then that might be used against them as retaliation. And it's really important to educate our youth as well that it's also illegal for minors to be doing that activity, and that the either end of whoever sends it or takes it could also be in possession of child pornography. And so just like safety tips, letting them know, abuser can use this as retaliation. Once you press send, you have no control over who sees it. They might use it towards their school, their job, their family, to try to take that power and control over them. So just remembering, not letting others take photos or videos of you in embarrassing or inappropriate situations. We all deserve that privacy to protect our own reputations. And then saying no to bullying and harassment. Don't reply or respond to posts that are harmful to others, and tell your friends to do the same. So just encouraging everyone to be an ally and an upstander instead of a bystander. So being able to see something about someone else, being able to say something and not sharing it. And again, reporting it. It is illegal for nude photos of minors to be exchanged. And then obviously we have a lot of social media, our youth are always on the internet. So it's just important to know that, there's a lot of apps there, being aware that, there are age restrictions on there too. But, if someone is going to be choosing to use that, being just aware of some things like never sharing personal information, being really careful in the photos and videos that we're posting, making sure we don't have like our school, our street, our house in the background, keeping things private. And then if someone does choose to meet somebody, we encourage them to meet in a public space, and then finding someone that they know, that they trust, that they can tell about their meetup and date for safety. And then it all starts with making an individual commitment to, respect yourself, respect others, not tolerating any negative behavior, and establishing boundaries. It's important to be able to educate our youth about boundaries, knowing exactly what that is, what does consent look like, letting them learn what their own boundaries are, so that way they know when they are in relationships, whether it's with their friends, their family, in a romantic relationship, what does their boundaries look like, so they can communicate that as well to that other person, so they don't cross each other's boundaries. And then enjoying personal space. I like to mention that, it's okay to have your own activities, your own functions, that you don't necessarily have to have your partner with you, 24/7. It's important to have your own personal activities as well. And then improving communication skills, feeling comfortable to say no, communicating consent, communicating those boundaries, and then practicing equality. You can disagree on things, but we want to make sure it's, in a respectful and understanding way. And then for teens and youth providers as well, we might suspect someone that we know might be in an abusive or unhealthy relationship. So these are just kind of some tips here as well, because sometimes it can be hard to figure out like how to address that situation. So being able to stay calm, listen attentively, talking to them in a private and safe place. We don't want to be talking about their situation in front of others, or like in a very public space where others can hear, where they might not feel comfortable. telling that other person why you are concerned and being specific, asking your friend to share how they feel about the relationship, and also suggesting talking to others who might be able to help, letting your friend know you are available to talk again, and then offering to find support or resources for your friend. It's important to know that you don't have to have all of the answers. Sometimes you feel like you do, but just being that supportive person that can be very important. We're not going to be judgmental of their situation or their relationship, and we don't want to ask too many questions. That is a time that they might be coming forward, and we want them to be able to speak and talk about how they're feeling and what they're experiencing. And we don't want to pressure anybody in making a decision. At the State Family Justice Centers, we are client-led, so we can provide different resources and support, but we can never, force someone to make the decision. We want to give that power and control back to the person, and so they can make that own decision themselves. And then making sure if we know who the abusive partner is not confronting them. That could be very dangerous for you and then also your friend as well. And then I just have a little video here that kind of shows a little bit of teen dating violence, a little PSA.
I never thought he would hit me.
I never saw the signs. I never saw the signs.
I didn't see the signs.
My God, he asked me out.
Yo, bro, I heard you asked out Amanda.
Yeah, man, I finally did. She's all mine. When who's in charge? He's just kind of like, he's just like, lots of cheese.
I love cheese.
I mean, cheese is awesome.
It totally is.
Yeah, it's like, I love you, babe.
Aw, baby. I love you more. What a funny movie. Ashley would love this.
What? Why are you bringing her up? I thought tonight was supposed to be our night.
Of course, baby, of course it is. I didn't mean anything by it. What are you doing? Give me back my phone. Why are you looking at my phone? You don't trust me?
Shut up, who's David? Why is he texting you?
I do. He's in my bio class. Relax. We're just working on a project.
Don't give me that. You're just lying to me. You're pathetic. She better come back. I love her too damn much. I'm sorry, babe. You're everything to me.
Why would she let me do that?
Some gentleman.
I don't know what next line's in her.
Why do you post that picture of me? Everyone in school saw it.
I just wanted to show you off. You're overreacting. Who's that? Give me your phone.
All right, I'll stop it there because they put some numbers that are on the East Coast. But that kind of shows a scenario of teen dating violence and kind of seeing how that kind of went over time in a relationship and kind of seeing that extra support person. So just being that support person, being able to still help them when they are ready to reach out for help. So these are just a few resources I wanted to share. Being able to identify who that safe person is in your life. It could be a friend, it could be a family member, it could be a mentor, counselor, for those in school, like the school resource officer. There's our agency, the Safe Family Justice Centers. Again, we do have different locations throughout the county, Temecula, Riverside, and Indio as well. I did just put my Temecula phone number here as well, but there is our website. And then I wasn't sure if this collaborative met more in the Hemet area. I know you guys are meeting in person today at the Hemet area. So I did put Reach's information. They are one of our partners and they are located in Hemet, and that is their hotline. And then also I included the National Teen Dating Violence hotline. They can call, text, and then if you visit loveisrespect.org, they do have an online chat as well as other resources and a lot of good material too for both service providers and youth as well if they want to learn more about teen dating violence or just healthy relationships and unhealthy relationships. I did share as well our community agency referral form. So for any of our service providers here, if you do come across a youth or a family that could benefit from our services, whether it's maybe safety planning, maybe talking about restraining order, just education in general about domestic violence or healthy relationships, you can definitely fill out that referral and then send it over to us, and then we could go ahead and reach out to that client and then follow up with a needs assessment and see how we may be able to assist them as well. But does anybody have any questions that I could answer? We also do presentations more specific to our services. So if your agency or if one of your future meetings, if you would like me to do a presentation more focused on our services, I can definitely do that as well.
I'm not sure if we had any questions from anybody online, if they'd like to unmute themselves and ask away. If not, here in the big room, I don't see anybody with their hands up. I just want to thank you, Akio. Thank you very much for this, the sharing of what it is that you guys are all about. We appreciate that.
Of course, you're welcome. Thank you for having me. I'll go ahead and put my contact in the chat, and you're welcome to reach out to me if you have any follow-up questions, have questions about someone you're working with, if we could be able to assist or how we could partner up. And again, if you would like any follow-up presentations as well, feel free to let us know. Thank you.
Thank you. So I think we're going to move into our agenda item number 7, the agenda items for our next meeting, which I believe is March 27th. Is that correct? I think so. Last Thursday. Yeah, March 27th. If we have anybody online or in the group in the room here, if they have any items that they would like to have posted on our next agenda. Not seeing or hearing? That's okay. Now's the opportunity we get to open up for everybody who may have announcements that they would like to share about your agency and or events, activities, that type of stuff that could be going on. We've got a microphone. We can pass it around the room in here, but see if we can get it kicked off here. Teresa.
Hey, Greg. So I wanted to share with everyone that there is going to be a resource fair this March 22nd. The CBO Alliance and Probation have strategized like a resource event for our TAY population where they're going to be providing resources, but they're also going to have skill building workshops for the youth. So I'll give you the flyer if you can scan it, but I can also send it virtually as well. So we are going to, SPAR's going to be a vendor there. There's going to be a lot of other vendors there providing services and resources as well.
And you just scan the QR code if you would like to be a vendor. Still looking for those.
Yeah.
Yeah, scan it when that comes to the email.
Thank you, Teresa.
So I'm from Renewing Hope Family Counseling Center. We're going to be having a mental wellness fair, May 31st, and we just, if you're interested in being a vendor, just scan the QR code as well. So I'll be handing these out. Is that okay? Yeah. Okay.
And that will be in that event for you guys is in May? Okay.
And the location is in
Yeah. May is the popular month. There's a ton of stuff going on in May, and that's a good thing. So, plus we got a lot of graduations that are coming up soon. Savannah.
I just want to share that the Bridge Wellness Center is, we are putting out a digital newsletter, and we're having events all month long. Every week we're having an event, from the open mic night to our meditation, holistic night, and family game tournament. So we're gonna be having quite a few different events for the youth and the families.
Do you guys have like a calendar of events?
A calendar? We don't have a calendar for the month yet, but we're putting out a digital newsletter for our events. So that'll be put out soon. And then I don't know if Amir is on, but he'll be sending that out.
But
Yeah. Yes,
It's
of
our
course.
purpose right by, so.
Yeah. So yeah, hopefully we can get that sent out, and yeah, thank you.
Okay, Nikki with Olive Crest. So most of you probably know, I know I'm clear out in the Palm Desert area, but at our Child and Family Resource Center, we do have our monthly community days where community partners come in, provide resources, actually provide direct services. So if you're ever needing to be a vendor, reach out. But then we're doing a twist here in April. We're going to, if this goes well, quarterly, we're going to try to do what's called an opportunity days. It's not quite a job fair. In the morning, we're having community partners come in and help people build resumes. Our HR and other people are actually going to be doing mock interviews. Desert Best Friends is going to be helping with clothing things. We're going to be having Kindful Restoration providing workshops on maintaining jobs. I mean, we're having a bunch of community partners come in, and even the YMCA to help, help the families learn where child care resources are. So not just finding the jobs, we're trying to provide them the skills to maintain the jobs. And then in the afternoon, there's going to be community employers. So we've got a couple of the casinos, we have Sunline Bus, we've got even the DA's office has some entry-level positions that they're going to be either providing the resources for, or they're actually going to be some of them who are doing in-person interviews that day. So I'll be sending that flyer out. If you have anybody out in the desert area who knows hiring or would like to send people, it's open to the whole community.
Thank you, Nikki.
Hi,
Hello,
I'm
everyone.
with Rise Above Defeat. Oh, sorry.
Go
about
ahead.
that. Just want to share, I put a flyer in the chat. Rise Above Defeat is hosting a parents virtual workshop Friday, February 28th, this Friday from 6 to 7 p.m. If you'd like to send the information out to any parents, we'll be going over what ACEs and their impact on child development, how trauma can affect behavior and learning, and some strategies to promote resilience and emotional well-being, and additional tools and resources for parents. And so you can send your information over to info@riseabovedefeat.com if you'd like to sign up for it. Thank
Thank
you.
you so much. Thank you. Gershom.
Good morning, everyone. Gershom here. So I did want to announce that. Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Just get links to everybody's events that is going on, like what you were talking about and what she was talking
Yeah,
about.
I'll email the stuff to Gershom, Mar, and UCOC and have them send it out.
Awesome.
Yeah, and the big thing is if you're on that distribution list, which I think everybody in this room is, yeah, they should be made available to you, because I get them from all across the county. Anything that's going on in our county, even out of the county. Our neighboring San Bernardino County has a ton of stuff that's happening as well, especially on the employment side. So yeah, we can actually have them be on the
Google Drive.
on the Google Drive.
Yeah.
And
yeah, we'll be dropping off flyers in the Google Drive. If you guys did receive the invitation for this, the calendar invitation for this meeting, you guys have access to that link. Yeah. So sorry. So I did want to announce as well that the COC is having a a webinar coming up next Wednesday, March 5th, 10 a.m. And it's a part of our multidisciplinary approaches to ending homelessness webinar series. And so the webinar focus will be on VAWA, that is the Violence Against Women Act. That is a HUD mandated training for all HUD COC recipients. So if you or your agency have an active HUD COC contract, we encourage you guys to attend. The invitation will be going out later today, and the webinar will be given by our HUD consultant, Pat Leslie, who is with Urban Initiative. So we strongly encourage you to invite all of your staff, your team, and to just spread the word about this webinar. So that is once again scheduled for March 5th at 10 a.m. and that will be virtual. Any questions, or we get to move on?
Anybody else in the big room here want to share anything in the announcements? Nikki's going to look online and see if we have anything else that's happening with all of our partners. We had 16 on the call today, so that's been a nice, good chunk of people today. So.
I just wanted to also say that our RUHS immunization mobile team also goes out throughout the community to provide vaccines for the community. I know that they do like Tdap and COVID, flu, HPV sometimes, and a few other ones as well. So I'll send those information to Gershom. They are all over the place. So we want to make sure that you guys can get it out to your communities as well. So if anybody in the community needs vaccinations or needs to get updated or just wants to check to see before school gets started and the rush of things happen, that they're all situated. So we'll send that information out to you guys as well.
Thanks, Connie. Nikki, anything there? No? Anybody else in the big room? It's fantastic. Again, these announcements, look for them again on the drive, on the Google Drive. Gershom and Mara will have those. As long as they're made available to us, we will get them posted up on there so that you all have good copies of it. Moving on into the last section right here is an adjournment for today's meeting. I just want to welcome everybody again for coming in, meeting with us, helping us plan and come up with some innovative ways to help the young people in our communities that we serve. Not just those that are in need of housing, but those that are in need of, mental health services, sexual health services, whatever it might be out there. That's what we're all about, is being able to try and help them take advantage of the solutions that are out there, because they really are. So again, thank you for today. I'm going to sign it off.
Thank you, everyone.